in Parliament regarding the situation in Bangladesh, emphasizing India's stance on the matter. India has escalated its concerns over the recent attacks, expressing significant anger over the incidents. The Indian government has made it clear that it is Dhaka's responsibility to ensure the safety and security of lives. The MEA has explicitly stated that the Bangladeshi government must take measures to ensure that the safety of minorities within its borders is ensured. Reports indicate that there have been numerous attacks on temples and puja pandals, leading to desecration and violence. In Parliament, the government placed the responsibility squarely on the Bangladesh government to protect both life and property. The External Affairs Ministry has highlighted several documented incidents of attacks on Hindu temples, underscoring the urgency for action. My colleague Ghazali joins us now for more on this. So, Ghazali, the statement in Parliament comes just days after New Delhi issued a press release saying that they had reached out to Bangladesh and said it is Bangladesh's responsibility. And Bangladesh responded back saying that they were dismayed by the Indian statement, essentially. So the situation with Bangladesh becoming more tense, but India is absolutely clear that temples and places of worship for minorities or minorities themselves cannot be attacked, right?
Yes, and MEA's statement in the parliament certainly shows that all these videos circulating on the social media is just not propaganda, as the Bangladeshi government mentioned it in their counter statement, to counter the statement of MEA that it is more of divisive agenda of people who want to divide the communities, or even regarding the arrest of that Hindu monk, that there are divisive forces who are making it look like that he is being deliberately targeted. But certainly the MEA's statement show that it is not just the arrest of the Hindu saint they're talking about, but recorded incidents of attack on the places of worship of minorities, as well as there have been many instances, and MEA has been issuing statements, have been in touch with the Bangladesh authorities, appealing them for the safety of minorities. And even today, in today's statement, as you rightly said, the government of India says that it is the responsibility of the government of Bangladesh to ensure the safety of their minorities. And the advisor of the interim government, Mr. Yunus, though he claims that this is all propaganda and law will take its own course, but we saw all what happened outside the court when that Hindu monk was being taken out of the court and his supporters were dispersed by the security forces by using brute force against them.
I'm now joined by Avanjit Sen, an expert on Bangladesh affairs. Mr. Sen, I think Ghazali makes an important point, that the fact that you've got the government of India on record making the statement in Parliament that there is proof of these attacks sort of flies in the face of accounts from Bangladesh that in fact there is no concerted attack. India has all along been saying that what is taking place now over the last few months is not a coincidence, right?
Absolutely, because it has been a systematic kind of violence against the Hindus that have taken place, not just the Hindus, but even the Christians, so to say. And, one interesting aspect is that they have removed Hindus from different jobs, government jobs, starting from judges to school teachers. And apart from that, for example, yesterday there was an incident where students just walked over the Indian flag, which was put up near the entrance of a university, renowned university in Bangladesh. Now, this kind of a thing, which is happening is just kind of not just a few days, because what Yunus has failed to do, definitely, is the fact that he has been going gaga about the fact that, Hindus are safe here and the Durga Puja was celebrated very well in Bangladesh. But if Durga Puja was celebrated that well, then what's happening now is a direct antidote of what has taken place, because at the end of the day, it's very clear that the gods of Pakistan, I believe, are ruling the Bangladeshi government right now. And that's the way it has been doing since Yunus took over. And it's another dark chapter in case of the Hindus in Bangladesh. Not just that. Remember, we have a good amount of Indian diaspora also out there, though most people have come back. But still, there are quite a few of them. And from a security perspective also, I think the Indian government should take some steps regarding this. And I think at the end of the day, they have the Hizbul Tahrir, Jamaat, and Hifazat Islam, all these kind of terrorist groups roaming around the streets of Bangladesh. And they have termed ISKCON as a terrorist group, which is very strange, because that's definitely not the kind of a work that they have put up in Bangladesh over so many years. And
I'm just going to
really
read that statement made by the government of India. And in fact, what's important is that they've named specific instances of the attacks. The government of India expresses its concerns about such incidents, including the attack on a puja mandap in Tonti Bazar in Dhaka and the theft at the Jeshoshwari Kali temple at Satkhira during Durga Puja in 2024. In addition to several incidents of desecration and damages to Hindu temples and deities in Bangladesh. So it is quite specific this time around and flies in the face of what Bangladesh has been saying, that, these are being exaggerated. I think that's the key point. There may be some in Bangladesh who are in a state of denial, but I think it's quite obvious that this is much more systemic.
absolutely right, because that's exactly what is happening around there. And the UNIS government has taken some big steps to make sure that the real truth doesn't come out, but not just in social media, across the mainstream media as well in Bangladesh. It has been going all up, to do with the Hindus, as far as Hindus are concerned, that they are all safe out here under the UNIS administration. But that's absolutely not the truth.
Thanks very much, sir, for joining us with your views.